This is John Zaninovich. Welcome to Move My Mass. You'll be hearing from great guests talk about balancing life and being fit. Welcome to Move My Mass. This is a special episode for me today. I have my closest friend in life here today. Known him for 36 years, played high school water polo together, lived together in college. But the biggest reason he's here today, besides being my best friend, is how successful and busy he is, how fit he is. He's going to have a lot to share with you. Owner and operator and president of Young's Commercial Transfer out of Porterville, California. They are the largest agricultural hauling company in the nation. Makes him quite busy. Owner of Mason Daniel Racing. They race in the World of Outlaws series. They are a sprint car team. Very busy, requires a lot of travel. So not only does he run a very nice, successful company, but he's also traveling all the time to go to all the different races that his son is the race car driver in. So I'd like to welcome Scott Daniel to Move My Mass. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, John. Been excited to get here. And the two mistakes you already made, you've got low priorities of guests and low threshold, I guess. And two, you gave away my age. We met at birth, right?
Yes, that's right. We did meet at birth. Yeah, It makes us 36.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, as I said in your introduction, it's I'm so impressed with everything you do currently. It's amazing the business you run. You've grown the business, but not only have you grown the business, it's the culture you have there. The leadership down, not just the business, but your attitude towards health with you and your employees, which requires a lot. So tell me, being the largest hauler in the nation, that's like, I don't know, I think you told me about 1,500 loads a day, more or less, you haul during the tomato season. I mean, that's just incredible. If somebody eats ketchup, chances are those tomatoes have been in one of your trucks. So let's just put that in perspective.
Yeah.
But what's really impressive is how you combine it all. You combine running that business, managing a race team, which races all over the nation, a family life, and staying fit. It goes beyond what Move My Mass is all about. So tell me, what's a typical day for you when it's all going on? What's it like?
Yeah, thank you. I'm an early riser. I'm up usually around 5 every morning. I try and stay out of the 4s. I get too tired when I'm in the 4s, but 5 a.m. I'm usually up. And the very first thing I do every day is I work out. I'm just, it's when I have to get it done. I have to control it at that time. Later in the day, I never know what's going to happen. So I get it done first thing every day, usually done by 6, shower, have some breakfast. And I try, if everything's going smoothly, I'm at the office by 7. And then it's just a normal day. I may have to travel, may have to drive. I don't know where I'm going to be, but my days are always uncontrollable. You never know where you're going to be. So I always try and work out first thing in the morning. And I eat out every day. Every day of the week, I'm eating out at a restaurant somewhere. My wife's a great cook, but she doesn't make me lunches. She draws the line somewhere, she says.
We'll definitely circle back to the eating out, because that is another issue that anybody that's, well, not anybody, but running a business like you have where you're all over the state, lunches are not easy to prepare for.
Absolutely.
But before we get to that, what's your workout routine at the moment? What's your go-to right now?
Yeah, so I'm riding. We've got a big cycling background, both of us. And so I still love to ride, but I don't like to ride on the road much anymore. So I'm one of those Peloton guys. And I just find it so easy. I'm on the bike and off. I don't have to travel anywhere. It works really well for me. I do a lot of CrossFit. I really like CrossFit workouts. Not for bulking so to speak, but it's just what they say. Functional fitness. It allows me to do everything in my life, and so I do a lot of CrossFit, a lot of riding, a little bit of running. If it's summertime, I'm swimming, but not as much running anymore. The triathlon days are slowing down. My knees are getting tired.
Like we said, hey, we're only 36.
Yeah, we're only 36. That's right.
Yeah. And switching that into the culture at the office and your company, I know you've got a gym at your office.
Yep.
What drove you to want to get everybody involved in your company in the healthy lifestyle, getting fit, eating right? What drove that? What's behind that?
We've both in our whole lives been very athletic, from high school to college to triathlon days to all these things. And I just wanted to share my love for sports with my employees. And they want to be fit. And many of them belong to gyms and are going after work or trying to find a time to go before work. So I said, one of these days when I have the space, and about 10 years ago, we moved into a new facility and I built a full gym, so that my employees, and I give them the time, they can take any time during the day and they take an hour workout. And I've got showers and all the rest, showers in our office, showers in the shop locations, so they can shower and go right back to their job or have their lunch or whatever. So it's my love for fitness, and it's not fitness for looks or anything like that. I just love sport. I just love competing. As we've said often, we have challenge issues.
Right. Yes.
And I love to be doing something. I love to measure. I get up every day and I say, I wonder how far I can go. And that's life, that's business, that's athletics. And we've always pushed it, pushing it all the way to the Ironman level, or pushing it to see what I can lift today on a CrossFit workout. It's just, I push it every day. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I definitely failed to mention that during the introduction. You've done half Ironman races, full Ironman. Climbed to Kaiser, which I don't know if a lot of people know about that, but I think it's nearly 160 miles with 15 or 16,000 feet of elevation gain.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, somebody like you calls that fun, and maybe me, but it just shows your drive. So when you're traveling, because you have so much travel involved with the race team.
Sure.
And you have so much travel involved with your day-to-day business, because you're seeing customers that might be 3 or 4 hours away, drive time.
Yep.
How do you approach the racing season? How do you approach, you've got to go watch him race. I'm just making up examples here. He's going to race 2 times this week, 2 different states. You're going to be gone half the week. How do you go about thinking about your workouts? And all right, this is going to be a tough week to get it in. Tell me your approach. How do you forecast for it? How do you plan for it? What do you do?
Yeah, it's tough to take a bike on a plane, and it's not really easy to do. So I try and prioritize my workouts. If I know I'm going to be traveling on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I might leave my legs till those days and I'll run. As much as I hate to run, I'll still get out there and do that. Or every Holiday Inn has a gym in it. When you go to the Midwest and you go all these places, you just never know where you're going to end up. So my go-to is a Holiday Inn Express. Seems like I find those everywhere. And they've got a gym I can work out in. So they usually have up to about 50-pound weights, and you can just get busy and do something. And do some walking. It seems like we get a little older, walking is becoming more and more of my routine. At least one of my workouts a day is I'll spend 20 minutes walking. And it's just good, low-impact stuff that allows me to get out there, and I might take a phone call or two, but just allows me to get out and do something.
Yeah, just for the listeners out there that may not be watching this on YouTube or something like that, sometimes when somebody talks about, oh yeah, I walk for a workout sometimes, they automatically think, okay, well, how fit is this guy really? He's walking? All right. Maybe he's 15% body fat. He's fit. Yeah. He can still go. If I told him, hey, let's go jump on the bike for a couple hours, he can go still do it. So don't mistake the mention of walking as one of his workouts lightly.
Sure.
It's up. The point I think about the walking is you get something done all the time. You
So
don't.
it's usually the second workout of the day. And that's another challenge problem. But for me, it came from 75 Hard. So you might have heard of
Okay.
Andy Frisella. Your listeners might know who he is. He's got a program called 75 Hard, 75 days, 2 workouts a day, both 45 minutes, one of which has to be outside.
Yeah.
So when I was doing 75 Hard, I started, one of the workouts was always an afternoon walk for 45 minutes. If you weren't running, you were walking, doing something like that. So just love of being outside was great.
Yeah. So for the busy entrepreneur out there or business owner, how important do you think it is getting that workout done first thing in the morning versus saving it for later in the day?
Yep.
I know for me, I'm working out first thing in the morning less and less, and it's not good because there's so many pitfalls or roadblocks that can come up during the day. For you, how important is it to get it done first thing?
It's the most important thing I do. First of all, I have to have something I can control. And I know those first few minutes when I get out of bed in the morning, I can control that time. So if I go and get the workout in, it's done, it's knocked out. I don't have to worry about it later. We all only have so much willpower, and we all have decision overload. As soon as you hit the office, well, we got to pay this person, or this person's sick, or this customer wants that. By the time you make 1,000 decisions before 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., you have the greatest intentions. You're going to get that workout in, but you're on decision overload, and it's so easy to say, oh, let's go have a beer, or let's go do this. And it's just life gets in the way. So if you start off on the right foot every day, I go to work with so much confidence. I've already gotten my workout in. I'm feeling good. There might be some stressful things happening at the office, and it's calmed me down a little bit and given me a space within my own head that I can work that day. So that's really important for me.
Yeah, that's I would say that's probably one of the most consistent things that I want to get back to myself is getting those morning workouts in. Yeah. You're right. And I didn't think about it until you just said it. Decision overload.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know what's going to come at you as the day goes on.
No.
It's like,
and if you've already got it done, you just feel good about yourself. I've already knocked that out. I don't have to worry about it. So
yeah. And for me, I might be physically in a different place than I thought I was going to be all day.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to be down in this part of the valley all day, and I'll go get my run in, or go get my, whatever my workout is, I'll have it in my head scheduled. And then here come the curveballs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can always still get it in. You can, but yeah, it's once that decision overload kicks in,
sure.
Sometimes you're just like,
and they're not always planned out perfectly. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, whether it's going to be a CrossFit day or a run day or a cycling day, but the dedication is just to do something when I get up. I'm going to do something this morning.
So when do you decide?
Right when my feet hit the ground.
It's like, all right, I'm going to get on the Peloton, or I'm going to go do.
I'm feeling. Well, when your feet, we're only 36, but when your feet hit the ground, you're like, okay, this hurts, that hurts, that doesn't hurt. I'm going to work that today.
Yes, yeah, that is a fact. Yeah, and it's just about making it happen. It's about I am going to work out in the mornings.
Yeah,
and every single time I get consistent like that, that's when I get the best results. Not saying everybody's a morning workout person.
Yeah.
But boy, if you can become that, I really do think it helps a lot.
Do something hard. It's hard to work out in the morning, but you know what? It's a great thing to do something hard every day. Do something outside your comfort zone. That's what I try and do.
And how about every single time when you're done with it, you're happy?
How many times have you started a workout and said, I wish I wasn't going to do this. And then you've never finished a workout where you said, I wish I didn't do that. That's never happened. You've always said, I'm so glad I finished that workout.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I did mention how you've done these incredible races, Ironman races, and that's such a different lifestyle versus waking up and choosing what you do at the moment.
Yeah.
When you're doing those things, you don't get to choose. Like, I have to run today. I've got to ride today. I've got to swim today. When do you ever get in those evenings? Like, for instance, we're going to go out to dinner after this podcast. And we might behave, we might not. But isn't it nice sometimes to know, you know what? Yeah, I don't have to behave because I don't have an Ironman I'm doing here in a month or 2 months.
Yeah, Ironman training was tough. I mean, the race itself, those days are hard, but the training, the 9 months or the year of training beforehand is, just the monotony of just the grind, constantly knowing I've got I've got to run 10 miles tomorrow. I've got to bike for 4 hours. I've got to I've got to go get 2,000 or 3,000 yards in at the pool tomorrow morning. It's just never having the option to not do what's on your schedule.
Right.
And that was the grind. I found the actual day of Ironman to be pleasant. But,
right. Yeah.
It's as pleasant as it can be.
It's not easy by any means, but it is easy mentally.
It is. The training's what hurts.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never forget. You and I went to lunch, and I was like, I think I was about a month out from doing my second Ironman. I told you, I said, when I finish this race, I'm going to buy a bass boat, and I'm just going to spend my time on it. And I don't even fish. I don't fish at all.
Right.
So I'm going to buy a bass boat.
Yeah.
And just get my dad, and we're just going to go out and enjoy slow weekends. Yeah. Which brings me to what I'm doing now is I'm the same as you. I wake up, I'm going to go swim today. I'm going to go run today. I'm going to lift today.
Yep.
Now saying that, I do want to get back to more structured, not crazy structured, but I do want to have a little more direction on what I want to do with my fitness. And when that comes, I'm going to let it happen. I'm not going to force it.
There's a time for all that, right? We've had Carmichael coaching when we were doing our triathlons. I have a box now that programs. I belong to Spieler out of Utah. Great functional workouts every day, and I just choose when I'm going to do them. I didn't do Mondays. I did Tuesdays. I might do Wednesdays, or I might wait till Thursday. Right. It's always available. If I need structure, it's always there. So I like having structure there, but I like to be able to ignore it. At this point in my life, if things are going on, I ignore the structure and just get a workout in.
Yeah, and it does the same thing. Yeah, maybe you can't go do that event with that lack of structure, but it still is a workout. It's still getting you fit, still keeping you healthy.
Right.
So, but I know both of us. Anything on your mind, anything, any kind of event, anything out there, like, oh man, maybe I want to do that. Well, what's out there?
Yeah, one of your last guests was talking about the swim from Alcatraz. We still have to knock that one off the list.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll get that one soon. We got to get past COVID, but I think we have to do. I'm not interested in doing another Ironman right now, but we need to do a triathlon or two next year just to get out there and have fun. And I think that's the way we'd approach it, is more fun.
Yeah, and as I was out there running today. Well, I couldn't really call it a run. Really struggling with my run right now physically, and I'm just like, do I just scratch running for my programs for a while or whatever?
Sure.
And it might be a duathlon, maybe a swim bike event we get into.
Right.
But speaking of doing another event someday, to go back again, because we are going to reminisce a little bit today. Known each other too long not to. I'll never forget when we were doing Olympic distance triathlons, which when you start out doing, that's a long way to go.
That's where you start. Yeah.
And we walked by a flyer for a half Ironman held at the same venue that we had raced that day. Mm-hmm. And you pointed to it and said, we need to do one of those someday. I don't know if I said it out loud, but in my head, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm ever doing a half Ironman.
Yeah.
We just finished Olympic and you're kind of tired and all that.
Yeah.
And of course, we did it.
Yep.
I remember when we decided we wanted to do an Ironman. I think it was at VJ's up in Terabella, old farmer's coffee shop. We were sitting there and I said, you know what? I think it's time. I think we could get this done. I think if we spend a year training, we could go to Arizona. We could do an Ironman.
Yeah. And it happened. We did it.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes when I'm out on a workout, running, whatever it is, I always go back to, it's so nice to only be running 4 or 5 miles today instead of 18.
Yeah. How many half marathons did you do in training? Right? How many runs that were that long in training?
The thing
every week.
I would say that is the thing that, because I have the Ironman itch to do one again. Mm-hmm. Don't know if I'll ever. It's not that bad. It's just there a little bit. It's the frequency of how fast that. Because my workouts were normally, or my weeks were normally, maybe a 45-minute swim, and then maybe an hour run that day. And the next day it might be an hour and a half ride. But every Friday and Saturday was like a 2-hour run on Friday.
Yeah.
And a 3 or 4 hour ride on Saturday.
Yeah.
It seemed like that Friday just came around so fast. Like it's Friday again, or it's Saturday again. I got to go for 4 hours on the bike. just seems so fast.
Well, and then it's the balance too, because your show's all about balance. So it's the balance with the family. I remember getting on a bike at 5 a.m. and getting home at noon. And my kids were young and they're like, Dad, what are we going to do today? And I got a baseball game and all these things. And I was coaching most of the teams at that time too. So you're trying to juggle all that. You're trying to coach teams. You're trying to get your 7-hour ride that day in. And it wears on you. You can't do it. It's not sustainable forever.
Right. Yeah. And not to, the listeners are like, man, I'm not going to do an Ironman after listening to all this.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. But there are the negatives and the things you have to maneuver in order to get it done.
Yeah. It's all doable.
Because that's a race you can't fake it.
Right.
You show up to start an Ironman, you have to have the training behind you or you are not going to finish that day.
Right.
You're going to fail at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll transition into, a big part of doing all that is having the right nutrition. And you mentioned earlier that, I eat out every day for lunch.
Yep.
And I've always told people I'm not a strong meal planner or meal prepper myself.
Right.
Because that could be avoided but it's like how much do you want to put into your day on stuff that's not what you want to be doing? You're going to get your workout in. You are going to get your family time in. You are going to get you're going to run your business.
Going to run your business.
Supposed to be run.
Yeah.
All right. Meal prepping isn't a priority.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that kind of nutrition and accomplish what you want to accomplish? How do you go into it mentally?
I think as we get older, there's a few hacks that you got to watch for, right? And there's just things that we try and do differently. I mean, like in where we live, really, all of our food is brown. Every day you get brown food. So I look for color. I look for any opportunity to get color into my food. That might be a salad, or it might be bell peppers, or it might be whatever, fruit. I eat a lot of breakfast for lunch. And that your listeners might think that's crazy, but breakfast is pretty low calorie. Could be decent for you. You don't have to have cheese on that omelet. You can just have an omelet. You don't have to have hash browns. You can have fruit, maybe some whole wheat toast. So I find breakfast is a lot of times my out to get some decent calories. But then I substitute with like athletic greens in the morning. I have a green drink when I finish my workout in. That helps me get some plant-based nutrition in. But it's definitely tough. But I think of color. And I was thinking as I was coming down here today is one thing I don't do is I never drink calories. I'm not saying I don't drink alcohol. I'm saying I don't drink calories.
I got you. Right. I understand.
But when you're at lunch and guys are ordering a diet soda or a soda or any kind, most people forget they're drinking 150 to 200 calories every time they have a drink.
Right.
If you do that 3 times a day, that's 600 plus calories a day they're taking in from drinks.
Yes.
I love to eat. I want to eat my calories.
Right.
And so I'm water almost 100% of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much intuitive eating is the direction you go.
Yep.
Which some people can do it, some people can't. But that's what helps you. It's not a decision you have to make. You're making that decision,
sure,
because you've already made it. Like, I want to eat some color with my breakfast. But for me, meal prepping is too much decision making.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to eliminate the decision making,
right?
Because you have it every day.
Yeah.
And maybe for me, it's just about not. I've tried it a few times. What happens is I'll make all my meals for the week, and then we'll go to lunch, or somebody else go, or things pop up where I'm eating with somebody, and I'm not going to break out my lunch that I brought from home and eat it. So I realized I'm throwing my meals away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore.
And that doesn't work for me and probably a lot of your listeners too, because I'm a businessman where most of my lunches, I'm having lunch with someone and we're talking business, or it's my own teammates. I catch these 2 today. I'll catch those 2 tomorrow. And I love breakfast meetings. I like to start early. So I had nothing better than to meet a new vendor or a customer. I'll meet them for breakfast. And so I'm always going out where I can't bring my lunch with me or my breakfast with me. So
I mean, this is perfect for the business owner out there, or not just the business owner, anybody who's busy throughout the day.
Sure.
But especially businessmen and women who that is what you run into every day, but you're still pulling it off.
Yeah.
It's not easy to, especially like we like to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy to go to lunch every day.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to a new place today. I haven't had pizza in 2 weeks. I'm going to enjoy some pizza today.
Yeah.
You can get in the routine where every day you go somewhere, you haven't had it in a while, and you overeat.
Sure.
Sure. And that is, you just have to take the mindset that you've taken, say, this is actually my opportunity to get good stuff in.
Right. Yep.
Because, unless you're going to fast food, even the cafes out in the middle of the country, they've got vegetables. They have salads.
Yeah, I should preface that. I mean, I eat out every day, but it's never, ever, ever fast food.
Yeah.
That's not even an option. But it's always a sit-down cafe or something like that. And it's never usually pizza, nothing like that. But it's somewhere where you can get some kind of decent sandwich or breakfast or something, some kind of protein, and then back it up with some color on your plate. So,
Yeah. But it's so do you normally get to go from your workout in the morning to that breakfast meeting, or do you have to hit the office first?
Usually I'll have to have something at the house because I haven't missed a meal in my life.
I've
never missed a meal.
We all know that.
And your listeners are going to get the wrong impression. I'm a thin guy, so don't worry. But I just I make every single meal. I'm one of those guys that gets hangry. You've been on the wrong end of that a couple times.
Yes. Yep.
I get really hangry, and that your listeners say, "Oh, well, he just has a natural metabolism," but that's not true. As we've gotten older, how many people have told us, "Oh, John or Scott, in your 20s, it's going to slow down, or your 30s, it's your 40s." Well, now we're in our 50s and we're hanging in there, but it's a conscious choice. You've got to work at it every day.
Yeah, mine has really slowed down. I'd say the last 10 years has slowed down a lot.
Yep.
But it's not consistently slow. Sometimes I'll notice,
sure,
man, my body's burning through this stuff. And I've worked out long enough to know if it's my workouts, if it's my consistency. No, sometimes, or I could be wrong. There might be somebody, a nutritionist listening saying, no, buddy, whatever you're doing, there's a reason why that's happening. But I feel like sometimes my body's just burning more.
Yeah. Well, that's why you get, especially when you're in our triathlon days, you're doing so much cardio, you actually get thin. You start losing muscle mass.
Yeah.
That's why I like CrossFit and things like that, because muscle burns more calories at rest than anything else. So if I'm heavier with muscle, if I want to be the same 185 pounds, I want to have more muscle on me than not. Because then when I'm sitting here, I'll burn more calories.
Yeah. So waking up every day, choosing what you're going to go do. What's your favorite? Like when you wake up feeling good and you're going to choose anything, which like, I can't wait to go do this. I can't wait to go do this workout. What is it?
I'll probably be on the bike. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything? Peloton mainly? Like, do you enjoy,
no.
Or just riding in general?
Mountain bike, probably.
Okay.
Today, I like to be on the mountain. I know you don't like the mountain bike.
No.
And I know why. I've been there several times.
Look what's in the room here.
There's road bikes everywhere. But
That's right.
No, I like to be on mountain bikes. If I have a favorite workout, I'm going to go ride for a few hours today and get a mountain bike ride in. That'd be a great day.
Well, what's nice about that is if you choose to on a bike, and it doesn't just have to be a mountain bike, you can choose to make it a good leg workout. Well, it's always a good workout.
Absolutely.
Leg workout. You're riding, of course. But sometimes you can approach that hill and you don't have to throw it in the easier gear. You can throw it in the heavy gear and grind up it. And you know what? You are getting it's leg day.
Yeah, Peloton's not a spin bike. I mean, it's the hardest workout I do is on a Peloton. I mean, it's easier for me to go for a 2-hour road ride than it is to do a 45-minute Peloton ride because I'm doing HIIT intervals all the time, high intensity, and I come off there just soaked. There's a puddle under the bike.
That's what I tell people all the time. Spin classes, for me, whatever the brand, a spin class is the hardest thing I do on a bike.
Yeah, correct.
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of workout my trainer might throw me that I'm supposed to go do on my road bike.
Yeah,
those spin classes absolutely
they crush you.
Any cyclist out there, I highly recommend it. Spinning is absolutely amazing. What you get done in 1 hour, what you can get done in 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's so dangerous to be out on the road these days. I mean, everybody's on their phone. I mean, you think of the pandemic, we've got COVID and the pandemic. We've got a pandemic of phones. People every stop sign you come to, when it turns green again, no one goes because everyone's on their phone.
Yes.
And they're also 2 feet away from you on the side of that road, and they're on their phone.
Right.
And so it's just so dangerous. We all know friends and people that have been hit. It's
Yeah.
just scary out there.
Yeah. Which, brings us to the gravel bikes that we ride. That, you like to ride a mountain bike.
Yeah.
I love to ride my gravel bike. It gets me out there on the dirt roads.
Yeah.
Going
through orange groves. I take off from my office and I'll ride through orange groves and down river banks and stuff. And you can go get a lot of miles in without, or ride the river or the levee banks. Those are really nice too. So
back to the business a little bit. Do you have people ever come into you and just want to talk it? Like they know that you enjoy it. They know you allow them time to work out during the day. Do they ever come to you and say, man, I'm struggling with my weight, or I'm struggling with motivation to go work out? Do you have that kind of open door naturally because they know who you are? Does that happen at your office?
I have that open door, and some guys would probably like to, but I would like to say I'm approachable, but they're going to look at me and say, he hits it every single day. He never misses. And so I'm not going to talk to him about my struggles. So they probably don't come to me.
He doesn't want to hear.
He doesn't want to hear.
Like it. Right.
Yeah, they probably don't. But there are a few guys, I've got a few hardcore guys that work out every day. We have a lot of customers. So at my head office, we've got the full gym. We actually have a normal gym and a CrossFit gym. So we've got 2 gyms, and my customers come and work out there. So I have several customers that come to the business, and they become good friends. And that some of them are animals, and they're out there hitting it hard too.
Yeah. What percentage of your office would you say works out?
It probably mirrors the general population, but it's somewhere around 20-25% of the office gets in there. I have a lot of ladies in the office that get out and they want to do something, but they get out and walk in the afternoons.
Yeah.
So,
and they're paid, they're doing something.
Yeah. We have in the wintertime, we shut the office down early every day. We shut down at 4:00 every day. And the ladies that last hour, they, didn't need to go home right away. They'll go walk.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of that.
That's nice. What are most of the, besides the ladies, they go for the walks, what are most of the men doing?
They're trying to do some form of CrossFit or some kind of bodybuilding, old school chest day, leg day, that type of thing. But a lot of CrossFit guys.
And I noticed you've even had contests there, like different kind of fitness contests.
Yeah. Usually in the winter months when we're not, harvest season in California is when we're really busy. So June through November is really tough. But outside of those months, we have usually a one contest every month. So we've had the squat contest, we've had the burpee contest, we've had a push-up contest. We had one month, one of the managers, everybody gets to choose when it's their month. And we had a hang contest. Who could just hang off the bar the longest?
Right.
That's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, no. It's
and you got to train for it.
It's incredibly hard, and you have to train for it.
Yeah.
But it's just, if our nation could, do what you're doing, we'd be a lot healthier.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If offices could do this, that's real corporate health, if you want to call it. You're actually letting them do it. You have the facility for them. Or even if you don't have the facility, that's an expense.
Sure.
Not all businesses can have that, but it's the intention, and it's the attitude.
You're letting them know it's important. It's important
because it is.
You value it. You want to value it for them. We want. It's actually quite selfish on my part because I want them to be in good shape so they can think better when they're at work.
It helps. It does help.
Yeah, I'm helping them help me. We're trying to push a business forward, and I want to make sure that they're alert and ready, and they can make it. And we have grueling summer ag hours. It's nothing for my guys to work 80 hours a week in the summertime.
Yeah,
and so I need them to be fit and ready to go and be able to handle those hours. And you can't do that if you're not exercising and not nutrition smart.
Yeah, and I just wish more people would incorporate it. And that is, to wrap this up. All that is really why I had you on here. It's it's hard to get across in a podcast like this how busy you are, how successful you are, but you're actually doing it all. And couldn't wait to have you on here, talk about that, how you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I think you have great tips for the what I have been calling the busy person.
Yeah.
You can be busy for any reason. It might be school, might just be family life. Might be stay-at-home mom. That's busy. Whatever it is. It's like wake up and get it done.
Yeah.
You don't have to, which I've said in numerous interviews, you don't have to eat chicken and broccoli all the time.
Right.
Some people can't intuitively eat and have success. Some people do have to watch it more, but it's definitely a tool to use. And having that ability to work out at work like you've provided, even if you don't, I think you work out at home before you come to
I work out at home.
Office gym. But
I think that the thing your listeners need to know is there's no such thing as time management. And that's a big misnomer, right? Especially in the business world. Oh, you need to have better time management. There's no such thing as time management. There's only priority management. So if your priority is being fit, you'll take care of it first. It's like paying yourself first, right? Our financial planners tell us we need to put our money aside to take care of our retirement, pay ourselves first. Well, you need to pay yourself first every day. Get up and take care of you first. I tell my managers, take care of you for me, and I'll take care of me for you. I'll make sure you have a future because I'm taking care of myself working out every day.
You know what? We're going to end it on that. That was perfect. And thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right.